welcome back. We are joined by Myron Schulz, the Athletic Director at BSC, to talk about the football program. And Kyler's going to take us away.
All right, so Myron, as the Athletic Director of BSC, you recently announced as an athletic department, as a school, that BSC football will be returning. Can you just talk about kind of what led up to this? What's in the few days after it's been announced? Like, what's the community feedback been about? I'm sure a lot of people are excited about it. What can you tell us about some BSC Mystic football returning?
So it's been like, ever since I got here, it's something that's the infrastructure we were building, and it's always been a topic. It's probably why they hired me, because I've coached football in the community. I played football at BSC. I coached NEI football in the community and recruited to Bismarck. So I'm an alumni, and so everything we were kind of building, and so a lot of it was joining the NEI. So we joined the Frontier Conference. Now we have someone to play, and that we were one of the only couple teams that didn't have football, whereas before there was no one to play in the junior college league. So that was a lot. The big things, like we had to build a dorm. So there's a dorm scheduled to be finished in the fall of 27, because when you bring 110, 113 football players in, you got to have housing. So there was a lot of infrastructure. It's even like a full-time strength coach. We got 2 full-time athletic trainers, and we'll have to go more there. And so a lot been busy. And so now the buzz is, we're trying to hire a coach. That job will be listed till the 20th, and then we'll start interviewing. And the buzz is exciting. I'm from the football genre, so a lot of my people are, texting and calling, and so it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a big boost to the athletic community here at BSC.
Yeah, so that was kind of my next question. James Franklin and Brian Kelly are kind of free on Saturdays now. I don't think those are the names you're going after necessarily, but can you talk? I know obviously you can't talk much about applicants or the who's or how many, but and looking for that football coach, since you coached at the college D2 and NAI level for so long, just from your perspective, what's that been like? And kind of returning a program, not necessarily having to create it, but something that's already been there. And what is that kind of looking for a coach and seeing how that process from starting a program back from nothing, what's that been like for you as a former head coach?
One, we got to get somebody that can acquire talent. They're going to have to proven that they can done that in the past. Then they got to develop talent, and that's technique, but that's also scheme, and the scheme fits the kids. So, guys, someone that is a good football X and O guy, and then we want a holistic experience. Someone that's going to graduate them. They're going to learn life lessons. They're going to, good character, all those things. So, kind of what you're looking for, and someone's going to have a great temperament, because starting a program's challenging. It's kind of weird. Like I was part of the University of Mary when we first started it, and part of it when they went D2, and so I've been through it before. But you see someone like now, like Kurt Signetti goes into Indiana and wins year 1. So it's a little different, environment now. But still, it'll be a challenge to put it all together. But it's we're going to pursue it through the time. But it's kind of right now. You hear some people that you hear might be applying. It's all over in HR right now. So, but some of the names and some of the interest have been kind of raised an eyebrow. They're people that citing that they're interested.
That's awesome. Yeah, you think about just any college football program at any level and how much goes into that, especially at the higher levels now with NIL and schools having GMs. Obviously, BSC is probably not going to need a whole lot of that, but like the weights program, the training staff, all of that goes into it, and not just hiring a coaching staff for a football team. So for BSC fans and football fans in general, as BSC moves up to the NAIA level and creates a football team to compete in the conference, what other schools will the football team be competing with as you get into some BSC Mystic football in 2027?
So in our state, we'll play Mayville, Valley, and Dickinson, and then Dakota State out of South Dakota, and then right now Bellevue, Nebraska doesn't play, so that's kind of the east part. Then you got the Montana schools, and the Montana schools are northern Havre, Montana. You got Carroll out of Helena. You got Rocky Mountain out of Billings. You got Montana Tech out of Butte, and then you got Dillon, you got Western Montana. And played all those teams over the time when we were at UMary and NEI, so kind of used to them. But there's some satellite schools. I don't even know if I know all those. There's one out of Arizona, there's one out of Idaho, and there's Simpson out of California, and there's a couple out in Oregon. So it's those satellite schools you'd only see, like, you'd go to them once every other year, and they'd come to you once every other year. So, but it's exciting. It's a good league. That Frontier League's always been really good.
So kind of my last question for you, unless Isaiah has any questions for you. As you were a head coach for the University of Mary Marauders for the longest time, I think I've known you since I could hold a football in my arms, being part of the Marauder program. But seeing all these programs that you've been able to bring to BSC along with the athletic department, as an athletic director, what's been kind of the fun parts of seeing it from an AD perspective versus seeing it from a head football coach perspective in an athletic department?
It's cool just to be part of the build. Once seeing that new Bavindick Center going up, you know that athletes are going to enjoy that for decades, and it's going to be awesome. And some of it, we kind of outgrew the Armory, and we needed a new facility. It's warm feeling to know that's going to be there for them for a long time. Then you see that the opportunities with football, and access to the bowl. It's a city-owned facility, but be able to play there, and it's a wonderful facility. And so I think it's just cool to know that you were part of it. But it's always a big group. It starts with the upper administration and a lot of people involved. And you miss the X and O's, and you miss the competition as an AD. But it's good to be able to provide the skeleton system for the coaches and players to be underneath. So it's been rewarding.
So really quick, the Bavindick Center, any updates on construction for BSC Mystic fans?
They're going to put the wood floor in starting like this week, and it's supposed to be done in February. There's still debate whether we'll have any games or if it'll just be a ribbon ceremony, but it's taking shape. It's coming to the point where a little bit of drywall and painting and decorations, and you can see it now. So we had a ceremony last week where the kids came in and signed the floor, cool. And then the wood floor is going to go over that. So now it was just a big erector set. Now you go in there and you go, okay, I can see everything we've been planning. So it's coming close.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to stop and talk to us. As much as I've always worn orange and blue, it's exciting to see another football program pop up in Bismarck. So
awesome.
Stopping by.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes to cover the exhibition game between the Mystics women's basketball team and United Tribes.